Girl, sometimes you just gotta take a break. And that's what I did during this process of trying to conceive my second child. After everything that I went through, I realized that I couldn't just keep going back to back to back because it was draining. And so this is the time that I'm giving myself a little space during my IVF journey. Hey girl, welcome back to my IVF series. In the last video, I talked about doing medicated cycles and miscarrying. And so this video, I'm going to focus on taking a very long break from about July 2023 until February of 2024, and what I did during that time to try and prime my body to get ready to do IVF. This definitely wasn't an easy process because the longer you wait in between cycles, sometimes it can decrease your egg quality. And being that I am over 35, technically you're kind of racing against the clock to try and capture as many healthy eggs as possible, but I just needed to take a break. And so I'm going to be talking in this video about the break that I took and what I did to prime myself to start IVF in 2024. So like I mentioned in the last video, after the death of my friend and miscarrying in June, I just needed to take a break because I needed to heal. I've never experienced a miscarriage. I don't know personally anyone who miscarried. So it was a lot to process. I didn't have anybody who I could talk to about it because in my immediate friend group, I was the only one with a baby. So I just needed to take a break. That allowed my husband and I and my son to travel. And also I wanted to get back into shape. I gained about 15 pounds from doing the medication with the medicated cycles. So I wanted to try and get my weight back down. And so that was one of the things that I focused on in 2023. The constant doctor's appointments that we were going from March, April, and May, even June, to find out, that I was initially pregnant, it really took a toll. It's a lot because you have to get to the doctor at a certain time for them to pull the medication, and then you have to take medication at a certain time. You can't exercise once you get to a certain point in your journey because then it can infringe on you being able to successfully ovulate. So it's a lot that goes into trying to conceive from an IVF medicated under doctor's surveillance that a lot of people don't talk about. And of course, because I didn't know anybody who was going through IVF, I didn't know any of this stuff either. So I'm just kind of like, I need to take a break to be able to process this. I want to be able to have fun and not worry about, oh my God, did I not take my pill? Oh my God, I'm not going to be here for this appointment. If we travel, am I not going to be able to do these things? We ended up taking a family vacation in August. That was really needed because I was able to be around my parents and my sister, and we were just able to be in community with people who cared about us. And also, like I said, I wanted to be able to get my start working on my weight. And I just felt like at that time I was the heaviest I had been in my adult life, even after having my son. So I started taking up Pilates, which I really enjoyed, and trying to tailor my diet to get the 15 pounds that I gained off. It's a lot easier to put it on than it is to get it off, I tell you that. But I will say, even to this present day, I'm down the 10 pounds, and I'm really proud of myself that I have taken those steps to lose that weight, because even for me, I felt like this is a bit much. Like I've never been this heavy in my life, so I want to try and manage that. During this time, I felt like I was scatterbrained. I was all over the place. Like, I have a very good poker face. I don't like for people to see that I am under immense pressure. I guess because I'm an oldest daughter, you have to always put on a brave face because you have to be the manager. I just wanted a few months of like, no, you can say no. You don't have to do this. You don't have to be all these things to people. Even your body, like I had bruises on my leg from doing the injections. I had bruises from my stomach from doing the injections. I just needed to take a break. I wanted my stomach to be flat again, to be honest. That was a lot of what led me into taking that long break from July until February, because I just needed a break, girl. Holidays came. I was able to hang out with family, and it's really just not getting up, dealing with the shots, doctor's appointment. And I don't live the closest to the fertility place. It's about a 45-minute drive, and it's not the closest. So trying to get there in the mornings during rush hour, it's not the easiest. Plus, you know, my son goes to school, so you got to find an appointment that works. Sometimes I have to bring him. It's a lot. So having that little break was good, because then I didn't have to worry about how am I going to get my son to school, and then how am I going to get to this appointment. Because trust me, it's a lot. And my husband is an essential worker, so sometimes he just couldn't take our son, so I had to try and make appointments. And depending on what they were checking for, I couldn't have a late appointment, so it was a lot. Our fertility clinic reached back out to us, just kind of asking where we were and what we wanted to do and next steps. This was towards, I would say, December of 2023. We did like a mini check-in of where we left off and next steps. We knew that some stuff we would have to pay out of pocket in order to make the IVF happen. My husband and I made that decision that we were ready to go forward with that, and we were ready to start back up. I will give him credit that he has always said that if you don't want to do this, we will pull the plug, and that is it. But I did want to try and make an attempt. Again, I saw the videos about what the IVF girlies were really going through, and I didn't think I was going to be able to do that, but the doctor assured me once you get into the grand scheme of things that it won't be as bad. So that was a part of that I had to consider. And we decided that in 2024, at the top of the year, we would try again. I felt a lot stronger. I started to lose a lot of the weight. I, was doing Pilates. So I just felt a lot better about being able to get back at it, because I was losing weight. My stomach was coming back. Better idea of how to go about phase 2 of medical treatment to try and get pregnant. I would say taking a break was one of the best decisions that I could make. Even now, we're in the middle of a break from the IVF portion that I'm at. Even though I'm like, I want to keep going, I realized that you just have to take a break sometimes, because your body has to reset, and your body tells you in other ways. It can't talk to you like, girl, stop, but it definitely talks to you in other ways to let you know that you really need to take care of yourself. And I'm glad that the family really could take a break, because not only was it me going through this, but my son and my husband, even my dog, he would sense the stress. It wasn't good for the family. So I'm glad I was able to take a break and then start fresh in a new year with a more advanced plan to try and have a second baby. Thank you so much for watching as I share this part of my story. If you are ever feeling burnt out, I hope this gives you permission to take a break. You don't have to take as long as a break as I did, but knowing when to take a break is so important. I know for a lot of us, we are just workaholics, or we just want to accomplish our goals so bad that we ignore all the signs. But definitely taking a break allows you to reflect, re-prepare, and rejuvenate. I hope that you can use this as a sign that maybe in your journey, you need to take a break. Definitely taking a break is something that I'm trying to do a lot more, and I've done a lot more as I've gotten older, because we got to be here for the people who are here, including my son. I have to be here for him. In the next video, I'm going to go into the IUIs and the IVF process. That's like a whole other monster, and just things that came from that experience, and things you need to know, and things that I learned in egg retrieval, as well as the embryo transfer. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you know every time I upload a video in this series. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and share this with anyone. Here is the next video in this series so that you can keep up with this series in real time. See you there.